All right, Jeff. Kind of up in the middle of this, there's the top of it, just on the other side of that ridge is the south end of the property line. I'm not walking all the way up there. It was hard. If you can see, there's elk on the property right there. And there's more elk on the property right there. And on the back side of that too. This is probably the most flat, at least that I can get to. And to be honest with you, it is not that bad. Right there looks like the flattest spot. And it's definitely big enough to have multiple vehicles and all sorts of stuff like that. And the little road, this is that road over here. You can kind of see it cutting across the ridge right there. That's the one that goes down to that gate that we thought. But there's another gate just right next to that guy's house. And it's kind of like a little cul-de-sac thing. Honestly, I think either way, you could probably cut a road from down there that kind of comes up this little spot right here. And then comes, you know, up and in, up into here. Or this other road, as long as we're sure that one's fine and that you can use that. That one could probably be done pretty easily too. Looks like really the only things that need to be cut is this last part here. But, I mean, at least from what I can see, probably driving your Suburban all the way up to here wouldn't be that bad, depending on the snow and the ruts and stuff that might have to be fixed at this part to get to right there, which, I'm not gonna lie, is pretty darn good. It's pretty flat. You could build a little kiddie track right there. That's just fun for him, you know. You can get a tractor here. In fact, we passed a guy when we were unloading the four-wheelers to come over here that he lives right here, and he was like, oh, I drove my Jeep up in here just the other day before it started snowing a lot. So he was like, he even had a full-size Dodge Cummins that actually had little like 34-inch swampers on it. Said, oh, I drive my truck up in there all the time. So you can see the elk stood up on your property, and there's the herd going up to the top. Now, all of this stuff, zoom out a little bit. All of this stuff, I mean, that is steep. It's very steep. So all of that plus the backside is very steep. But this stuff down in here, I mean, that little canyon you see right there, I mean, that's pretty steep. But this stuff that's like right in front of me on this ridge and just below me, that's good stuff right there. Build wheel and stuff. And on the side, on the back, like the left side of this mountain I'm looking at, the like southern part mountain, there was some good stuff there too. And honestly, like where I'm standing right now, or first of all, I'm standing in an elk bed. There's an elk bed. There's more elk beds right there. And I'm standing in one. But, I mean, you could build a dirt bike track here pretty easy. I mean, obviously a tractor would be pretty necessary to build something really cool. But we already said we wanted to do that. You can't get over a bunch of elk. Stand there looking at me. But, I mean, this is big out here. This is real big. So, anyway, I'll try and snap a few more pictures. Once again, that's not even like the full side. Obviously, the fence line is on the other side of that for the southernmost part. But, I mean, you could drive up to that saddle right there very easily. Even though it does look like this road does peter out like we thought, up to right about up in here. I don't think it would be that difficult to get something to where we could at least get your, you know, Suburban or just a regular truck, you know, like my 96 pickup up in here just fine. And then there's multiple spots. There's that turn off over there by the gate that we know is over there, and by the gate down here by this guy's house, which is actually a little cul-de-sac just on like the side of me on his house off that little road. Now, obviously, I don't think you want to be pissing that guy off because it's right next to his house, but still, pretty good. I'll, like I said, try and snap a few more pictures. Maybe more shots of the elk just because it's awesome. There's a bunch of elk on the backside of that too. And when we were driving in on 55 on the steep backside of this one up on top. I saw elk on the top of there too. So yeah, I think animals definitely run in here quite a bit. I am not walking up on that side. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm pretty tired already, but that right there is good. That's, I mean, that's pretty darn flat to where just with a little bit of shaving and molding, you can make it pretty nice. Just shaving the upper part of this road and then shaving this a little bit, and man, you got a pretty good parking area, and it's secluded enough from all these people down here that I think it would be all right. So, like I said, I'll try and get some more pictures. That's what you get.